In spring 2025, China shocked global markets by halting exports to key American industries, marking a new era of confrontation in U.S.-China relations. This was a direct response to escalating U.S. trade restrictions targeting China's high-tech sector. The U.S. had tightened export controls, revoking licenses for crucial technology sales, which Beijing saw as a threat to its economic sovereignty. China's retaliation was swift and strategic, targeting sectors vital to the U.S. economy and politics. The result, American companies found their supply chains severed overnight, forcing a rapid and painful reckoning. The era of seamless global integration ended abruptly, replaced by a climate of uncertainty and vulnerability. The conflict now extends far beyond tariffs. It's a battle for technological dominance and global influence. American firms in China are on the front lines, scrambling to adapt or relocate as the rules of engagement shift without warning. The decoupling of the world's two largest economies is no longer theoretical. It's a disruptive reality. The age of globalization as we knew it is over, replaced by a new economic Cold War. China's trade actions hit America's agricultural heartland first, slamming the door on U.S. food exports like beef and poultry. Instead of tariffs, China used regulatory barriers, refusing to renew export licenses for U.S. meatpacking plants, halting over 90% of American beef exports. These moves targeted politically sensitive states, showing Beijing's grasp of U.S. domestic politics. Officially, China cited health concerns, but U.S. industry groups called these claims baseless and politically motivated. The result? American farmers faced a catastrophic surplus, with prices for beef and poultry collapsing. Rural communities and agricultural workers were hit hard, as one of their largest export markets vanished overnight. The crisis deepened as China also halted imports of U.S. liquefied natural gas, compounding the blow to America's food and energy sectors. American food companies in China saw their business models shattered, scrambling to find new suppliers and markets. Some tried sourcing from Brazil or Australia, but the scale of the Chinese market is irreplaceable. The lesson was clear. Relying on a single, politically sensitive market is a high-risk gamble in today's world. The fallout forced a painful reckoning for U.S. agriculture and food exporters. The era of easy access to China's market is over. American firms must now overhaul their supply chains or face extinction. The new reality: food is now a weapon in the economic Cold War. China's export controls on rare earth minerals struck at the core of modern technology. In April 2025, Beijing suspended exports of 7 key rare earth metals, crippling Western supply chains. China mines 70% and processes 90% of the world's rare earths, making the US and its allies dangerously dependent. American industries, from automakers to defense contractors, faced immediate shortages and production halts. US companies in Beijing dealing with rare earths were paralyzed, their business models upended overnight. Alternatives are years away and costly to develop, leaving Western firms scrambling to manage dwindling stockpiles. The crisis exposed a critical vulnerability. Decades of outsourcing left the West at the mercy of a geopolitical rival. The race is on to build new supply chains, but for now, China holds the cards. The trade war's most explosive front is technology, with semiconductors at the center. U.S. export controls forced American tech firms to cut off Chinese clients, including halting sales of essential chip design software. Companies like Synopsys, Cadence, and Siemens EDA, controlling over 70% of China's market, were ordered to stop all business in China. The goal crippled China's ability to design and manufacture advanced chips, a pillar of its industrial ambitions. American firms in Beijing faced an ethical and operational nightmare, severing ties with long-standing customers and risking retaliation. The ban also hit Chinese military users and global companies operating in China, deepening the rift. While the U.S. aims to slow China's tech progress, many experts warn this will only accelerate Beijing's push for self-sufficiency. The world is heading toward two rival tech ecosystems, each with its own standards and supply chains. In the short term, the U.S. has landed a heavy blow, but in the long run, it may have created a more determined and independent Chinese competitor. The chip war is now a defining battle in the new economic Cold War. The stakes: global technological leadership. The trade war quickly devolved into a punishing tariff spiral. The U.S. hiked tariffs on Chinese imports to 145%, making them unaffordable for most Americans. China retaliated with 125% tariffs on U.S. goods, slamming the door on American exports. The result? Chaos for businesses, soaring prices for consumers, and a climate of economic uncertainty. Everyday Americans now pay more for electronics, clothing, and food, while Chinese consumers face similar pain. The tariffs act as a regressive tax, hitting lower and middle-income families hardest. U.S. companies manufacturing in China are caught in a bind, absorb the costs or pass them to customers and risk losing market share. Many are scrambling to move production to Vietnam, Mexico, or India, but shifting supply chains is slow and costly. What was once a strategic advantage, manufacturing in China, is now a liability. The tariff war, meant as statecraft, is inflicting real pain on ordinary people. The economic Cold War is now a race to the bottom. In Beijing, American corporate offices have become crisis command centers. The trade war forced companies to rethink every aspect of their operations overnight. Many are localizing, sourcing and selling within China to insulate themselves from geopolitical shocks. Others are relocating factories to Southeast Asia or Mexico, a costly and complex process known as friendshoring. Some are downsizing or exiting China entirely, unable to navigate the new risks. The mood is grim, but determined. Survival now means agility, innovation, and tough choices. The struggle of American firms in China mirrors the broader economic decoupling underway. The old playbook is gone. Adaptation is the only path forward. The US-China standoff signals a permanent shift in the global economic order. The world is splitting into two spheres of influence, with supply chains shorter, more regional, and shaped by politics, not just efficiency. Companies are building resilience, diversifying suppliers, holding more inventory, and spreading manufacturing across regions. The era of just-in-time, lowest-cost production is over. Just in case is the new mantra. For consumers, this means higher prices and fewer choices as supply chains are rebuilt for security, not speed. Workers face uncertainty as industries relocate and restructure, demanding new skills and adaptability. The winners will be companies that are agile, innovative, and skilled at navigating geopolitical risk. The great decoupling is redrawing the map of the global economy. The process is painful and disruptive, but it will create new opportunities for those who adapt. The fractured world is here. Success belongs to the nimble.